Hey guys! For those who don't know me, my name is Megan, or Megrhenea. You can call me Meg, whatever. I'm an artist who works with markers, paints, like watercolors, acrylics, inks, digital, pretty much everything. I just like to draw and paint and do our artistic things. This video is going to be about Inktober. What is Inktober? In case you don't know, it's a 31-day challenge to draw something every single day in October using inks. This challenge was created by Jake Parker back in 2009 whenever he wanted to challenge himself and, learn more about inking. And so he said, I'm going to create Inktober. And it's really popular now. Pretty much every artist I know does this challenge. As for me, I have been doing it for the past 4 years or so, but I have never once completed the challenge. I came kind of close last year. I think I got about 22 days and it got to where I just couldn't keep up with it anymore, so I gave up. There's an official prompt list. If you go to the official Inktober website or like Instagram, Twitter, you can find it where it has a list of, it's like a list of words you can, I forget what it is. But there's just like a list of words of things you can draw each day. Let me look real quick. I wrote it down in my planner. In October, for example, words like divided, poison, underwater, long, sword, shy, crooked, just a bunch of different like words that describe what you can draw, and you can use your imagination, do whatever. And you don't have to use that list. You can do your own prompt list if you want. Like, I know a lot, like, last year my theme was Overwatch characters. I did an ink drawing of Overwatch characters every single day. If you go to my Instagram, you can see some of them, the ones I didn't. I think I got like 20 something of them done. But this year, I resolved to get every single 31 days in. And I'm going to use the official prompt list. There's another drawing challenge that goes on in October called Drawloween, where it's like monsters and Halloween themed every day. And I thought about doing that too, like kind of like combining each other, but that might be a little bit too difficult. So I'm just going to stick with the official prompt list and not draw fan art. That's something I'm going to be challenging myself with, is coming up with something original every single day. Which, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard, but I love my fan art, y'all. Well, I guess I could just show you what I'm going to be using, my supplies. So I'll get right on that. Okay, so for this challenge I have a designated sketchbook that I'm going to be completely filling. This says that it's watercolor, but it's like not, it's really smooth, so it'll be good for inks. I've had this paper, this sketchbook, for about a year now because I didn't like it for watercolor. But what sucks about it is it only has 30 pages, so I'm gonna have to like sneak another page in there somehow. So that's gonna be my Inktober sketchbook. This will be full by the end of October. I promise. It's gonna happen. And here's some of my inking tools I'm gonna use. I'm going to be using, to draw, just this red Col-Erase Prismacolor pencil. And Staedler Mars plastic eraser. And, okay, so this is what I'm going to talk about. Different tools you can use. Now, I'm not going to be using every single one of these. This is just, so I'm going to be using Fineliners. I have 4 different brands here that I've accumulated over the years. These are just examples of what you can use. My favorite to use for this challenge that I'm going to be using are these Microns, which they come in different sizes. Like this one's really small. They're really thin, they have really dark ink. I actually bought like 2 packages of them for this challenge, which they'll last a little bit longer than that. Other brands you can use, like I've got this Artist Loft brand, which is the Michaels like generic brand. They work just fine. They're not my favorite because they bleed a little, but yeah, they work okay. They're also not waterproof. the Artist Loft. I don't think Microns really are either, unless you let them dry for a really long time. But that's why I have these two brands. I have the Faber-Castell PITT artist pens. They come in a lot of different sizes too. Like, they'll show you the size on the lid. This one is waterproof, and so are the Copic Multiliners, which I'm not using these for this challenge because I'm not using any other thing except for ink. This is going to be black and white pretty much. Black and white challenge. I use these for my marker drawings so the alcohol marker doesn't bleed. Another ink pen. This is my old trusty Pentel pocket brush pen, which I've talked about this in another video I made. It is my absolute favorite. It is refillable. This has lasted me a while. It's like a brush. It's got bristles. I've got quite a lot of refills for this thing because they kind of go fast. This is what the refills look like. Or this is a box full of them. And if I can get that lid back on. I'm also going to be using this, which is an Aqua brush filled with diluted ink. So it's going to be like an ink wash, gray scale kind of thing. Here's another pen. It's kind of like that. It's like a mixture of the two I just showed, the Pentel pocket brush pen, because it's got thicker ink. But this, you have to squeeze the ink out, so I use it for like dry brushing. You know what dry brushing is. Another one you can use, believe it or not, is a Sharpie. These are just fine. Like, if you don't have any of these fancy materials, which they're not really fancy, but I've accumulated a lot of these because I had a job and had money to spend on it. And if you don't have a lot of money, just find yourself a Sharpie and use that. Or even like a ballpoint pen. Anything works. For highlights, I like to use white gel pens. And you can use the Gellyroll. This one's cheaper. It's pretty easily accessible. Both of these you can find at Michael's. This one works pretty good, but I have to say that the Signo Uni-Ball white gel pen, see, it is the best. It is amazing. It is opaque, and if you need a white gel pen, use one of these. I actually bought a whole pack of these because they're so great. Love them. Another way you can do Inktober is with these kind of pens, which if I can open it, maybe. It's a dip ink pen. See, it's like a fancy dude. Well, it's not really fancy, but makes me feel fancy, like I'm writing the Declaration of Independence or something. But yeah, you can use that with these pots of inks. This is Black India ink from Daler-Rowney that I bought at Walmart probably like 4 years ago. It's pretty full because I don't use it very often. And here's Speedball ink, which is what a lot of comic book artists use. And I actually got this and this pen to ink a comic, but that didn't last very long. I have this, which is full of different size nibs for the pen. I'm not going to be using this, I don't think, for Inktober. I'm just going to be using the brush pen and all the microns and all that. But if you're really feeling adventurous, the inks also come in colors. Like, this is the only colored ink I have is blue. I'm not going to be using this, but you can, because the world is yours. You can do whatever you want for Inktober. You can set your own rules. You can look online for other, you know, prompt lists, not just the official prompt. Also, I'm going to be using these Finetec gold paints, just for an accent on each of the drawings. I'm going to be using Inktober as kind of a warm-up thing, and how I'm going to be doing it is doing a warm-up drawing every single day, getting it over with in the morning, keeping it simple, because this isn't a very big sketchbook. It's 7 by 10, so each page is going to be, it's just going to be simple. But I'm going to be using black and white and like the gray wash, and I'm going to be doing a gold accent on it. And that will be my Inktober challenge for myself. And I'm really excited about it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions about any of the materials I have listed in here, or pretty much just anything about Inktober, go ahead and ask me in the comments, and I'll try my best to help you. Because I have never actually succeeded in this challenge, I'm probably not the best to give advice, but I would love to help if I can. If you want to keep up with all of my daily drawings, you can follow me on Instagram or Tumblr, Twitter. It's all listed in my profile. So thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.